It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Looking at Minnesota, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. Well, last season, the Hawks won a lot of games with how well they were able to create on offense. So deadly at times with their ability to set each other up. Kenny, would you consider them the best team in terms of assists and passing the ball?
I would say one of. I would say Golden State was way up there, obviously winning an NBA championship, but they were second in the league last year in assists per game, first in the East, and their entire team depends on each other. One guy's out, it really affects everything, and they're best off that catch and shoot than any team possibly other than Golden State.
You know, a lot of time we compare them to the Spurs. That's because they're a team that requires ball movement to create looks for their shooters. But reason they're not really the Spurs because they don't have a lot of players who can create off ISOs.
And that is it for us as we send you to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew.
Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. It's Western Conference against the Eastern Conference here in Minnesota, where the Timberwolves will try to protect home court. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. And so in the game for the Hawks, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague out there with Hardaway. And it's Sefolosha in at the small forward. Now here is Martin. Shot clock at 6. Dishes to Towns. Goes up at the stripe. Here's Garnett. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot. Could it have been any other way? I mean, last season, KG returning to the Wolves. I mean, the entire city was buzzing for his return.
A free throw good from Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett was once the star here and now is acting as the mentor for all these young Timberwolves players. He won't let them slack even for a moment on or off the floor.
You know, it's that competitive fire that made KG so great, Kevin, and Minnesota made a savvy move, I think, to get him into the locker room and back on the squad.
Here's Miller following the basket by Paul Millsap. Towns, the pass to Martin. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Martin's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The dish to Horford. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
Now here's Garnett, and right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Miller outside. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wiggins. Rebounded by Sefolosha.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Hardaway dishes to Teague. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Garnett. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. And Garnett misses. Looking at Minnesota, they took the win in their last game against Philadelphia.
And it goes back to what's been their strength, really, on the interior. From a defensive standpoint, they just defended the rim as well as you could.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive the way they did it, guys. They were alert, they were active, they were aware, and their reaction to shots was outstanding.
And it's Martin missing. For Atlanta, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Inside, knocked away. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. Garnett in the post. Millsap on him. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Paul Millsap picks one up.
And a lot of teams in the West can at least get a little bit of a breather when they go against the Eastern teams. The Wolves didn't have that last year. They got pummeled by the entire conference.
Greg, as you said, with the Wolves, they had as hard a time with the East as anyone. Only managed a 9-21 record, Clark, out of conference.
And those 9 wins were the fewest against the East for any team in the NBA. Not a surprise given how badly the Wolves struggled in general.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
Teague drives in, takes the 3. Can't get it to go. And Minnesota will come the other way. Wiggins outside. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. On for Coach Budenholzer, Greg. He did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. Clark, he won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it's worked well for the Hawks.
Pass to Garnett. And it's Miller in the corner. Outside, Martin. Fires for 3. That's good. Martin's got 6 points.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Now here is Hardaway. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of the great Tim Hardaway Sr., had a very good rookie season. However, last season, Clark, not the improvement that some were hoping to see out of him.
Kevin, you knew the expectations were going to be high going forward, very high. But sometimes you step back before you move forward. He only shot 39% last season, very low for a guy of his caliber.
And he makes the first.
And we were talking about Hardaway Jr., and he had a very good shot coming out of college, does a good job of freeing himself off screens, plays with good energy and intensity. For this young man, I believe the sky is the limit.
Hardaway hits them both.
You know, with Hardaway Jr., it's not my thing to compare guys to other players, but he could use a little bit of his dad's quickness and ball handling. Tim Sr. was one of the best in the league at getting his own shot and getting shots for others. If Tim Jr. can get half of that in his game, his star will rise.
Now here is Miller. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for Minnesota. And a change for the Hawks. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Minnesota has possession, trailing by 2. Martin kicks to Wiggins. Here's the 3. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And that one's good. Cephalosha's got his second bucket of the night.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now here's Jang. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. 6 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Again, Wiggins missing.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
The kick out to T. Kept alive. Timberwolves trail by 4. Miller, the pass to Towns. Miller outside. Here's Dang. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
That's a heads-up play there on offense. The pump fake cleared the way for the nice layup.
Well, it didn't take long for us to see just how explosive Andrew Wiggins can be in the air. I mean, had a handful of huge dunks throughout the course of the season. He's going to make a lot of posters during his NBA career.
And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game. Well, Greg, you're right. It's clear to see with Wiggins. He is already fearless with his dunks. Clark, he'll go right at any big man with impunity and finish over him.
Yeah, and I think people knew he was a special dunker, but they didn't know how aggressive he would be in attacking the basket. That's where he surprised folks.
And the Hawks making a change here. Splitter is checked in for Horford. Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Cephalosha. And Justin Holiday is subbed in for Jeff Teague.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Now, here is Miller, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Wiggins against Prince. Wiggins dishes to Miller. Here's Dang, and he gets it to go.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
And it's blocked. 1:37 left in the first quarter. From 15 feet away, and Wiggins with the basket on the assist by Miller.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Shooter kicks to Prince. The stupendous finish in traffic. Miller with the ball. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. He kicks it to Wiggins. Back to Miller. Rebounded by the Hawks. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Puts up a 3. And Splitter pulls it down. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Schroeder kicks to Splitter. Hawks passing it around. Holiday goes in. Here's Scott and the rejection by Jang. Now here's Wiggins. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's Towns. Scott pulls it in. Schroeder, and that shot misses everything. Air ball on the 3. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Hawks lead by 5, and we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And a chance now to hear from Paul Millsap talking about the confidence of his team. Greg, it's got to be more than just attitude, right? I mean, ultimately, don't you have to have guys step up and produce in some cases or even overproduce?
You do, but really it is about attitude and confidence. I mean, those are the 2 elements that if you bring to the table, you really will have a chance to beat anyone. And so don't discount that attitude when you're on a roll. They call it getting your swag on today. Back in the day, it was called having your mojo working. Right. So same thing, and you can ride that for quite a ways.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another, as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Hardaway is out there with Teague, and it's Cephalosha in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Teague. Boy, he was something else against Boston. Now here is Horford. From the baseline. Garnett grabs the board.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
Just 5 on the clock. Wiggins with it, and it's Horford picking him up. Deflects the pass. Here's Towns. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
Now here's Millsap. He really was a guy who also stepped up in that game against the Celtics. And here's Cephalosha for 3. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
KG, that's good.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now. And Andre Miller, what a virtuoso floor general he has been. By far the career leader in assists among active players. Over 1,000 more assists than the next guy on the list, which is Chris Paul.
Atlanta calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. Ricky Rubio comes in for Andre Miller. Here's Hardaway. 9-point game his last outing. T kicks to Horford. Shot from 12. Can't hit. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Getting back to Miller last year, he was 16th in the league, which is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, a couple of things happened, I thought. He slowed down a little, and he was playing behind John Wall. That led to the fewest minutes per game of his career, and the rest of his stats kind of followed suit.
And here is Teague after the three-pointer from Ricky Rubio. The layup off target.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Teague with a clean look. The putback and finished off by Horford.
He sniffed out that board and then powered it back in.
Pure Mike Clark, so strong going back up with that one.
Playing to his strength, too, guys. That's what he's capable of.
Here's Pekovic. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Pekovic has got the lead up to 3 now for the Timberwolves. The Hawks have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Here's Horford, and that one is hammered home.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Now here's Pekovic. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Here's Teague, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Martin with it, picked up by Teague. And Rubio kicks to Garnett. Back to Rubio. 6 to shoot. Here's Pekovic, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
And he gets the bucket. And it's a 7-point Timberwolves lead. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Here's T. Following the basket by Nikola Pekovic. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. The Hawks have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And that one misses. Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, a complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized it, Clark.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfectly.
And, folks, it's not like the Hawks didn't have talent. I mean, they did have 4 All-Stars last year. None of them voted in, however.
Now, here's Rubio. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Outside, Martin. Pekovic with a screen. Wiggins left side. Garnett outside. Fades. Down it goes. His 3rd basket. He's now 3 for 4.
You know, what shows you just how team-oriented the Hawks were last season was this stat. They never had anybody score more than 30 points for them in the game all season. Millsap had 30 points once early in the year, and that was the high mark for the team.
Now here's Pekovic. He had 10 points in the win against Philadelphia. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Timberwolves second.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
So it's Atlanta now. 9-point game. Hawks passing it around. And that one's good. Schroeder's got his first bucket in this one.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Here's Pekovic. Rebound, Atlanta.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Hardaway, no good. Timberwolves leading by 7. Kicks it to Wiggins. And the whistle blows. It'll be on Thiago Splitter. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Jang, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Bielitsa comes in for Kevin Garnett. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Wiggins. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Martin. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Holiday's checked in. Hawks on D. Here's LaVine. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. LaVine's got the lead up to 9 now for Minnesota.
Hey, guys, for Zach LaVine, once he finally got comfortable last season, boy, did he heat up. He shot 42% over his rookie year, but 47% over the last month. And I think that gave him a lot of confidence as he's entering into year 2.
And so it's Minnesota with it, following the bucket by the Hawks. And Bielitsa kicks to LaVine. Rubio outside. The tray. The shot is off. The Hawks trail by 7. Passes it to Scott. Feeds it to Schroeder. Back to Scott. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, If you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you've got to play freely and with confidence.
Minnesota making some changes. Adrian Payne's checked in for Bielitsa, and Jones subbed in for Ricky Rubio. And Mike Scott, a former second-round draft pick who has carved out a role here in the NBA the last 2 seasons, Clark. He was a major contributor off the bench.
Yeah, he's a bit of a tweener, you know, not big enough to maintain position down low on a consistent basis and not quick enough to really be a three-man or small forward. But what he can do is get to the basket, rebound okay, and knock down the deep shot.
And here's Schroeder after Adrian Payne hitting the three.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will.
And here's Schroeder. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Jang's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Levine, no good on that last second attempt there. And so we wrap up the first half. Timberwolves ahead. They're up by 8. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Ricky, what does it say about this team to have such great productivity from the bench, and what does it do for you guys as a unit?
It's amazing. That means like we have a deep bench, and then a lot of work from the staff, from the everybody of the team, like doing extra work and winning games.
Well done, Ricky. Thank you. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the 3rd quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be taking a look back at the first half of basketball. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. The second quarter went their way, all the way, as they raced to the lead and stretched their advantage to 8 points by the halftime break. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
You know what, Ernie? I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Atlanta.
Well, it's never easy to play on the road, and the score reflects that. Just doesn't seem like they're well prepared for this matchup. Every time they tried to make a run, they got derailed. I think to refocus their efforts in the second half, they're going to need to play with a lot more determination for a chance to win this.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the 3rd quarter.
The second half just about to get going here. One guy who's been getting it done is Kevin Martin.
And, you know, I'm not sure that he can continue to shoot the 3 as well as he has up to this point. He has been lights out.
You know, sometimes, Greg, you have those nights where the basket just looks twice as large as it is. Grand Canyon size. It might be one of those nights for him.
Timberwolves leading by 8. Miller is out there with Levine. Then there's Muhammad. Then there's Towns. And it's Jang in at the power forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Miller, no luck.
He tried to throw the spin move into his act that time. It worked about as well as you'd expect, Kev. That's not his game.
Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Jang's got his 4th rebound in this one. The Timberwolves shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. He dishes it to Muhammad. Here's Towns, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on Horford. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
First free throw is good.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
Kevin Martin, he's checked in for Levine. and Towns drops them both.
And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too.
Teague can't hit. Minnesota leading by 10. It's Miller on the wing. From downtown, good.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
There's a screen. Picked by Horford. 6 on the shot clock. Millsap a screen on Martin. Lets it go from 11. Count the bucket.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Teague against Martin. Teague kicks to Cephalosha. He feeds it to Horford. Hardaway for 3. Kevin Martin grabs the board.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Jang, no luck.
High quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him SHHing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Clark.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money. In last season, the Wolves had the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. Might have worked out for them in the end, as come lottery time, those extra losses do tend to help.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Well, Greg, it would work out for Minnesota with all those losses. They got the lucky bounce, Clark, and the #1 pick in the draft.
And you know, it's the first time in a long time that the worst team in the league actually got the top pick in the draft, allowed Minnesota to add another great young big to complement Rookie of the Year, Andrew Wiggins.
Minnesota making some changes. Garnett comes in for Jang, and Wiggins is subbed in for Muhammad. Here's Hardaway. They double him with Wiggins. Millsap kicks to Teague. Here's Hardaway. Millsap a screen, fires the 3. Count that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Hardaway.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And that one's good by Garnett.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Inside, changes up, and Millsap with the layup.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Minnesota leading by 10. Pass to Towns. The feed to Garnett. Down low. Miller, no luck.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Cephalosha passes to Teague. Dishes it to Hardaway. The pass to Horford. Wiggins against Hardaway. Picked by Horford. 4 on the shot clock. Hardaway, no good.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Now here is Martin. He's got 9. Inside. Unloads from 13. And he connects with the jumper. And it's 13 points for Garnett.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Teague dishes to Hardaway. Back to Teague. The shot bounces high off the rim and drops. Teague's got 5 points so far.
And turning down what would have been a tough shot for himself into an easy one for his teammate.
Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
Now here is Martin. Following the miss by Paul Millsap. Martin kicks to Wiggins. Garnett against Millsap. Here's Wiggins. Soft touch off the glass. Wiggins has got his second basket of the night.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there beautifully.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And Hardaway gets it to go.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now here is Martin. 9 points in the game so far. And Towns the bucket on the assist from Kevin Martin. And that's now 7 points for Karl Anthony Towns. Atlanta calls timeout. And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. The Hawks trail by 11. Now Schroeder fires for three. Garnett grabs the board. Garnett's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Martin the pass to Garnett. There's a minute 34 left in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Wiggins drives in. Good. And Miller gets the assist. Miller's got 5 assists tonight.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Here's Schroeder following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Schroeder with the ball. There's the dish to Scott. Now here is Holiday. Here's the 3. And good on the basket. Book it. Holiday's got 6.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Miller kicks to Garnett. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Now here's Schroeder. Scott. Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games.
Atlanta shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
That's good from Scott. Scott hits them both. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Timberwolves leading by 10. Garnett, right side. Back to Miller. Wiggins against Prince. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Schroeder. And they're on the break. Here's Holiday. And the shot is long. Miller outside. Fires from deep. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
That really could be a morale-crushing three-pointer, fellas. What a way to head into the fourth quarter.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The Hawks trail by 13. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Teague, and it's Cephalosha in at the small forward position.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
To the inside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
What a game for Garnett. He has 15 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, the Timberwolves knew that last season would be one not to worry about winning with Coach Flip Saunders. It was more about growing as a team, and you know him. That's one of his specialties.
Yeah, Flip, Kevin's a great teacher, and so to have this young group and show the improvement they did over the course of the season was important. It's mostly just about getting guys used to a system and preparing for what could be a really bright future.
Both free throws good from Kevin Garnett.
And, you know, as you said, with Minnesota, I think last season was just about letting the young guys grow and develop, giving them minutes. They had a really young team. The average age last season, under 25 years old.
Oh, that's blocked. Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. Here's Schroeder. Drops one in from the wing.
And down the stretch, they let the young guys play through their mistakes. And I thought for the Wolves that was important. Wiggins led the league in minutes played after the All-Star break. A lot of those young Wolves logged heavy minutes and got great experience.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
That's a 2 from Cephalosha. The shot no good. So Minnesota will take it the other way.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Good game for Horford. He's got 8 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
2 shots.
And also, I think
2
it's
shots.
really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
And the first one drops.
And Al Horford is just a winner, guys. I mean, win 2 NCAA titles at his time playing for Florida. His teammates call him the Godfather because of how calm and quiet he is in terms of his leadership and the mentoring he provides. It's been the same here in the NBA.
Jang, he's checked in for Minnesota. And Al Horford drops them both. And that Florida team with Horford, Noah, and Corey Brewer, such a tight-knit group. All those guys still competing and defending at a very high level now in the NBA.
Each of those guys very team first in their approach. That's what they're about, winning. And because they've experienced championship winning, they stay locked in to that task.
Now here is Martin. 5 on the clock. Back to Wiggins. 18 feet out. It's rebounded by Teague. The Hawks trail by 11. Pass to Hardaway. Back to Teague. Down low. That's good from Horford on the assist by Teague. And that's 12 points for Horford.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Teague against Rubio. Jang a screen. Rubio dishes to Wiggins. Out to the right wing. Martin kicks to Jang. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Millsap a screen. Outside Teague. Atlanta gets it back. Hardaway passes to Millsap. Millsap a screen. Outside Hardaway. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
Kicks to Towns and stolen by Horford. Now here comes Teague leading the break. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for the Timberwolves. Muhammad comes in for Kevin Martin. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark was the player of the Atlanta Hawks. Few would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Taking 2 shots. The free throw drops for Towns. And Towns drops them both.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
It's Millsap with the drive. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. 6 points for Millsap.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Muhammad dishes to Pekovic. He hits it from 9. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
Now here's Teague. Lets it go from 14. Here's Horford. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Wiggins with it, picked up by Teague. Beyond the arc. And it's Wiggins missing. The Hawks trail by 7. To the middle. Here's Horford. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And Rubio kicks to Pekovic. Trying to find Muhammad. Gets it to him. Rubio against T. Lock at 6. 3-pointer. Great D that time from Hardaway. Atlanta's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Horford goes in, and Millsap slams it in.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
The first free throw is good. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Martin comes in for Muhammad. And Miller's subbed in for Ricky Rubio. And both free throws good for Wiggins. The Hawks trail by 5. Hardaway passes to Teague. Millsap kicks to Cephalosha. Feeds it to Teague for 3. Tries to keep it alive. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Teague. Minnesota leading by 5. To the paint. Outside for Martin. For the 3. And he gets it to go.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Atlanta calls timeout. Look at Kevin Garnett. What a contribution.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He really wants them to try to push the tempo here, see if they can get a few easy buckets in transition, saying, listen, we're playing station to station right now. Let's try to catch them off guard, guys. Let's see if they can do exactly that, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. T kicks to Hardaway. Miller against T. They get it again. Hardaway. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Efficiency has been the hallmark right now down the stretch. He is making the most of his opportunities.
Been a stellar outing in this one for Hardaway. 15 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
And you know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
Boy, a perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
And Clark, those free throws need to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
Teague dishes to Horford. Garnett with the block. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Got a piece of it. Here's Towns. Rebound, Atlanta. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And here's Wiggins inside. Here's Miller. Comes up empty down low. 1:29 left here in the fourth quarter. Teague the pass to Hardaway. Looking to end his cold spell. And Teague with the nice bucket inside.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth. So the wing on the left. Hardaway for three. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Hardaway has got it all tied up now for Atlanta. Minnesota's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Garnett kicks to Martin. And again, unable to change momentum here. Hardaway dishes to Teague. Towns with the steal. Here's Wiggins. It's in!
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
In a word, gutsy.
Teague kicks to Hardaway. No luck. Good work defensively by Martin. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so too.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Gotta score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste here, partner.
Cephalosha connects, and he has brought them to within 2 points. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Here's Miller. He kicks to Garnett. Fires the three. Gets the three to fall.
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face, and we've been around long enough to know when a game is over. And this one is in that category.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, time, a huge factor right now. They've got to get points and then the foul.
Yeah, it has to be quick because every tick is critical.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Teague for three. It's rebounded by Towns, and so they foul intentionally.
Shooting for Minnesota, Karl-Anthony Towns at the line for 2.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game. Here's Teague. Horford the pass to Teague. Hardaway for three. And so Minnesota takes the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but Clark, a win nonetheless.
Yeah, and it appeared to me as though the fans gave them the emotional boost they needed down the stretch, Kevin. This crowd was not going to let this one slip away.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Garnett. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
You know what I like, Ernie? He was not afraid to take on the big fellas down low tonight. We saw him drive the lane and get all the way to the bucket more than a few times. He's not scared of these little big guys.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.